Artosis, you play with Idra a lot. What can we kind of expect from him in this matchup? What does he have a specific style in this matchup?
Yeah, Idra has such a specific style, in fact, that we'll probably see him play like a robot. I expect that we're going to see, the first game he might FD Terran, but probably a Siege Expand with turrets like we saw from Strelok. Then the second game, I'm sure that we'll see a Siege Expand with turrets. And then if there's a third game, probably once again a Siege Expand with turrets. This is how he plays. He's very comfortable with his mid and late game. And early game, really, that's where WhiterA is really going to want to mess with him. Idra is a very, very macro-oriented player.
We've got the first game on Wuthering Heights. This is the first time we're going to see it Terran versus Protoss. I'm going to say that I think this is going to favor Protoss, given how open it is, how many routes there are to take. Terran has a difficult time getting a comprehensive siege going up that can't be flanked from all around by Protoss. I mean, if there's someone who can get it done in TVP, it's going to be Idra. But I think he'll have trouble if he plays this kind of slow, long game macro style. But we'll have to see.
All right, we're just about to start the game. Hey, you might have noticed a little bit of an intro there. We've been calling it the probe in the staff, and we have this sweet video of a probe with the TSL. I think you've seen it before. I'd like to say a big thank you to Yanis, and a big thank you to his friend Mark Percival, another awesome Canadian. He's been the two behind making this video. Big thanks to them. It's these little touches that really make this tournament just outstanding. All right, Razer TSL, fourth matchup. Hit it, Kennigan.
It's showtime. Don't hold me now. I can stand my own ground. I don't need your help now. You won't let me down. Don't hold me now. I can stand my own ground. I don't need your help now. You won't let me down.
And we're off. Idra and WhiteRa. This is the final matchup of the first Razer TSL Playday. Big thanks to everybody who's tuning in. Please support our sponsors. Give big shoutouts to everybody working on it. It's great stuff. Alright, we've got Idra down at 5 o'clock. He's the yellow Terran against the red Protoss over at 7 for WhiteRa. Alright, last matchup. I said KR was going to take the second game. You guys got obviously very lucky, and you were right with Gosia. Let's put some money on the table here. Who you taking, Artosis?
I gotta take Idra. Being in Korea is just too much, too much of an advantage. I think that he's gonna take this out 2-1.
It's so difficult. I am gonna take Idra, just because I think he's the Foreigner's last hope. The Foreigners in Korea. I got a soft spot for that in my heart, and I think his mechanics will just take it over. So I'm gonna say 2-1 for Idra.
Well, you're making it tough on me. But I'm gonna go for WhiteRa. I think at this level, Protoss has an advantage over Terran, and I don't know if Idra's been in Korea long enough to really make the difference. It'd have been a couple more months maybe, but I think I'm gonna see a strong play here from Idra, or from Strelok. Whoops. But if I'm wrong, I'll buy you a beer.
Alright, sounds good. And WhiteRa, he is a very experienced player. The oldest player left in the TSL. I don't know how old he is, but he's like somewhere between 27 and 30. He is a ton of experience in matches like this. He's won Ukraine a few times over Strelok, I might add. So he is a total baller Protoss. And you know, it's got to be hard for Idra, career or not, to beat him. WhiterA is not going to go down without a fight.
So we can see actually WhiterA has decided to delay his cybernetics core, actually getting a zealot out first, which is kind of surprising on a map like this. I guess he's trying to harass. Idra is actually making a couple marines, so he'll be able to defend that fairly easily with the open choke. And I guess although the map does favor Protoss, we have close positions again, so that is a bit of a consolation for Idra.
So we got a probe down at 6 o'clock there for WhiterA, and he took a quick peek inside the Terran base and then quickly popped out again. And I'm not quite sure if he's got something planned for that, but it's just sitting there. We'll have to see. There's one marine out for Idra, but WhiterA's coming up with a single zealot as well. He's already started a Dragoon in his base, so Idra's going to have some pretty sweet micro here. His marine runs away, gets a couple shots on the zealot, and has to run away. Idra's going to have to pull a couple SCVs off of here, while WhiterA goes directly for the SCV building the factory.
This is a hard position for Idra. Look at this zealot chasing that marine. It's already gotten 2 hits on it. 1 hit left for that marine. And look at this. The first SCV that goes back out to rebuild it. Oh, it's going to take that SCV down right away. SCV microed away very nicely. But this zealot is really doing its job. It's slowing him down. It's already killed an SCV. It's delayed the factory law. It's really hurt that marine. And look at this. It's still chasing him back. And Idra has got to not be in a good mood about this. And slowing down the factory even more, following up with the Dragoon before the factory is even done. That Dragoon is almost to his base. So this is a big, big deal. Idra is going to have to deal with this just right. That Dragoon and Zealot are going to pick off a lot of Marines here.
Yeah, and those Marines were left with low HP. The Dragoon actually coming in, helping the Zealot. The Zealot comes in to support it, and Idra is in a ton of trouble here. He's actually trying to throw up a bunker to deny reinforcements. The add-on for the factory is not done yet, and the Zealot going to work now on the Marines, still with a little bit of HP left, and the Dragoon is going to work on the SCV making the bunker. Idra pulling tons of SCVs, trying to get a tank out. It's not even half done, and he's in tons of trouble here. Dragoon at 7 kills. Wow, this is incredible play from WhiterA.
I'm really surprised that Idra didn't try to block that. Well, now he's blocking it with a building, but he's blocking in with 2 Dragoons inside his main base. He's trying to force the Dragoons toward the bunker, and he's doing a good job trapping one of them within range of the bunker with his SCVs. The other goon goes down as well, but in the meantime, that probe over that is outside of his base is building a robotics facility, and WhiterA in a very amazing position here. He's not going to be able to get inside Idra's base again, as Idra's got it blocked off, but you know, in the meantime, he's been under no pressure himself.
He has, and he is really looking quite good here. I mean, he's being nice and sneaky. He's put a lot of pressure on Idra. He's killed some SCVs. He's killed a lot of Marines. He's slowed Idra way down. Idra to spend that extra money on the depot and the choke that's really not doing anything right now. And WhiterA is just going to fly right in with the Reaver before there's any turrets. There's no eBay yet, and I expect that Idra's going to make a command center pretty quickly here. And I believe that's what this SCV is doing above. And no, he is smart. He goes for the eBay first. But will he have enough turrets to stop this Reaver? I'm not too sure. WhiterA is looking to pull way ahead if it does any damage from this point.
You know, I think Idra's experience is showing through here. He, a lesser player would have saved up and made the command center, but clearly the wrong play. He feels that Reavers are coming. He is right. It'll be interesting to see if he makes enough turrets. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know right now these Dragoons are just raining on the front door, forcing a cancel back there and forcing more SCVs to be pulled to repair tanks.
Yeah, you've seen Idra sending several scouts into the Protoss base. He knows he's got to know something's up, because something's just missing from WhiterA's build. You know, he's put up his expansion just now, but other than his 2 gates, there hasn't been much. So Idra's going to have to be pretty cautious here. Here comes the first shuttle, slowly drifting in. He's got 1 Zealot and 1 Reaver. There's no defense whatsoever inside Idra's base. Right, we're just parking this Reaver right outside the command center. Idra having to run. Scarab catches a couple. The second Scarab catches way more SCVs. Idra's trying to run his SCVs away, and they're not so smart. They keep bumping into each other. And his Reaver has taken absolutely no shots whatsoever. While there's busy with Reaver harassment, WhiterA's knocking down the front door with his Dragoons as well.
Looks like this Reaver has about 8 kills now, maybe 9. He's going to kill 1 tank, 2 tanks down. This is a really good Reaver here. He is way ahead of Idra. Look at this, 50 supply for WhiterA, 27 for Idra. Another 3 SCVs go down. About 10 or 12 kills for this Reaver. And Idra, he is not minding. Look how few SCVs he has right now. He is just being devastated here. Look at this, the harass over the ledge with the shuttle vision. Nice move there by WhiterA. If he can pick off another SCV like that, that is just another headache for Idra. And no, he doesn't. It finishes, but here, another drop on the tanks. Looks like he's going to kill another tank. Looks like this is going to be a quick game. Idra leaves. GG.
Wow, very intense stuff. WhiterA putting on the pressure early with that first Zealot, and often with following it up with Dragoons and then the proxy Reaver. Idra really didn't stand a chance. He never even saw where the Reaver came from.
No, he didn't. That was brutal. WhiterA just toyed with him. He tooled him. That was... But, you know, that was Wuthering Heights. As I've said before, I think it's a little bit better for Protoss and Terran. So, Othello next. That's a map that I really choose Idra doing well on.
That's true, but you can't blame that loss on the map. It was simply a function of you know, unfortunate scouting. He sent the SCV the wrong way, didn't see the Zealot coming. Really a mistake. Or not a mistake, just unfortunate. But as you said, Terran has a stranglehold on Othello, and I really think Idra's safe play will pay off because, as we saw with Strelok versus Draco, I think aggressive play is not very good. We're looking at I think sort of a safe play on this map to be.
Well, if there's one thing Idra excels at, it is that solid kind of Terran play, and it may have betrayed him a little bit in the last game. I think that when you get that first Zealot in your base and you've only got 1 Marine, you know, the Zealot is so strong because he doesn't have to attack the Marine. He can just attack the SCV making the factory and not really worry about the Marine. When Idra only goes for the 1. When Idra gets more Marines, then of course it's more of a problem. But there was such a nice follow-up there by WhiterA, and you know, the Reaver, obviously there was no way for Idra to deal with it since he was so worried about his front.
Indeed, you could see a turret behind the bunker, so he definitely thought DTs, but WhiterA tricked him up, dropped that Reaver, and just totally plowed him. So hopefully we're going to see a little bit better game this time out of Idra.